everyone, welcome back to the channel. A couple of days ago I started this page up on the channel as a colour along. It is a page from the book Flowerscape. Now if you love flowers, this is an absolutely gorgeous book for you. It's packed, ram-packed with flowers. Every page is flowers as the title gives it away. So this is a double page spread that I started last time. So I will link it in the description of this video, part 1, so you'll be able to find out what colours we used on the flowers. But today I am going to do some of the leaves. So let me just check we're all in frame today. We are. So as you can see on the page, there's 3 different types of leaves on this page. There's these big ones, there's these teeny tiny ones, and then there is sort of, I think it's these ones that are sort of slightly different shape. So I'm going to do something slightly different on each one. But if you saw part 1 of the colour along, you'll know that I was basing the colour scheme, the colour palette, off my curtains in my bedroom. So my curtains and my bedding in my bedroom is this sort of ochre and grey tones. So that's what I'm going to go for the whole of the page. So if you was following along last time, you will have seen that I just did this side of the flowers and then I did this side in my own time, but I used the exact same coloured pencils, so you should be fine to do that. So the greys that I'm using first is the warm grey 272, and I'm going to use this. I'll start this leaf here. I'm going to use this to just sort of base it, so very light pressure on this, very light pressure. We have got a bit of a obstacle here with it being the spine, which is a bit pants, but I'll try my best. So there we go. Then I'm going to get the darkest colour, which is the cold grey 235, and starting on this side I'm going to put on a really hard pressure. So this is as though you block colouring to start with, and I'm just basing this off what my curtains are like. So this is the way that my curtains, the print is on my curtains, where it's dark over one side of the leaf and then it gets lighter and goes into a cream or a white, should I say, like an ivory. So really hard pressure there, and then as I'm coming a bit further along, I am just going to start releasing some of the pressure, so it goes into a medium pressure. So I'm still using quite a bit of pressure, but not quite as hard. Let's say we're going to get the blend. I don't know how to get in these corners, they're really tricky, but just try your best. So I'm going into a light, sort of light pressure as I reach the centre. Don't worry about it not looking totally blended, because I'm going to use the Caran d'Ache blender to blend some of this. I don't know where I'm going to get into that corner. I'm just going to have to put on a bit of a harder pressure in the centre, I think, to get that. Then get the lighter shade there. That's it. That'll do. In part 1 I was complaining about how tricky it is to colour things that are going off the edge of the page, but I think this might be even trickier, getting into the spine of things when there's a illustration going right across the spine. That's so annoying. So annoying. So I think that's as far as I'm going to go with that colour, and then I'm going to get my middle tone pencil, which is a warm grey 273. I'll put all these pencils in the description of the video as well. So I'm just going to go over this little bit a bit. Hopefully I can get into the centre of here a bit better with this pencil. Oh, so tricky that. Right, so I'm going to use my lightest tone again, which was the warm grey 272, and I'm just gonna go over where we've just been, just to fill in any white space that we had left over. And then right for the last bit, I'm going to use my Caran d'Ache full blender, which is in a pencil extender at the minute because it's really tiny, teeny tiny. And I'm just going to blend that in to the edge. So this is exactly what they look like on my curtains. So it's really dark on one side and then really light on the other, like that. So that's how I'm going to do them. So again, I'll do this little one here. So basing it all with the warm grey 272. Really lightly. Lightly. It's time consuming though. I think it took me a couple of hours to do. It took me an hour to do that on camera, the yellow flowers, and then it took me probably about another hour and a half to do that side, just because there was bigger flowers on this side. So next, going in with the darkest shade again, which is the cold grey 235. So which side do I want my darkest on? I'll go for the darkest to be on this side. So again, really hard pressure for this one. I'll just get that little stalk that I missed as well. So going into from a hard pressure to a medium pressure. Just over the halfway line. And then we're going to go into our medium shade, which is the warm grey 273. And we're going to go over some of this. So we just got back. It's late now when I'm filming. I'm having to do my filming when the kiddies are in bed. We went to the circus this afternoon and they loved it. They absolutely loved it, the kiddies. So I'm going back in now with the lightest shade, warm grey 272. We've been to this exact same circus before, and I did feel like it was better last time. It was still good. But yeah, because of the COVID restrictions and things, there was in an indoor venue this time. It wasn't the actual tent that they normally have. So it wasn't the same atmosphere, and they didn't have, because it was an indoor venue, they didn't have the aerialists that they had last time. And I really like watching those. So now I'm going to go in with the Caran d'Ache blender again to blend that bit out. and smooth that bit. So I'm just going to wipe away some of that wax from the blender with that. Hopefully this is not got a glare on it on camera. I think it's just from the direction I'm sat in, the angle I'm sat in, I've got a glare. Right, let's sharpen this pencil a little bit. I think I need to empty this sharpener, it feels a bit full. It doesn't hold much sharpenings in here. I need to get like a little bin thing to tip them out into. So I'm going to start on these ones now. So I will just bring in a little bit. A bit far away, aren't we? But I don't like to zoom in too much because if you know me, you'll know that I just end up off camera chatting away, colouring away, not realising that you can't see anything I'm doing. Hilarious. Do you know what I've just realised as well? When I completed all the rest of the flowers, there's some buds. There's a flower bud, and I think there's one over here somewhere I spotted. No, I can't see it up there, so I'll have to go back in at the end with that. So that was the lightest shade, sorry, the warm grey 272 that I've just based this with. Next I'm going to go in with the darkest shade. That's the cold grey 235. I'm going to have this as the darkest spot. Going in with a block colour, really hard pressure in the corner. I straightened my hair today to go to the circus as well, and then it started hammering it down. That's raining. That's raining if you don't know what I mean by hammering it down. Yeah, thunder and lightning and raining really hard. My hair's naturally curly, but it's really thick and it's not got a nice curl to it. It's more frizz than curl. Oh, I really don't like it. I wish it'd just go into nice curls, but it doesn't. It just goes into a big frizz ball. Yeah, so the minute the rain hits it, that's it. I thought, oh, I've just spent like an hour and a half blow drying it and straightening it. Because it's so long as well, my hair. So long. I do need to get it cut because it's a bit, like, too much to manage now. It's getting a bit much. Right, I'm going to go in with that middle tone now, which is Warm Grey 273. Just bring this in here. Oh. What happened there? I hope the camera didn't flip then. My charger wire just moved. Yes, it has flipped you. I do apologise. Stay there, naughty little wire. I have my phone plugged in on the charger while I'm filming, otherwise it just goes dead straight away. And then it cuts you off, you see. So I have it plugged in, but the wire's not really long enough. So now I'm going to go in with the lightest shade that I used again, which is Warm Grey 272, and just buff over all of this. I think I'm going to really like how this is going to look at the end. Granted, it does take a long time. It's a lot of leaves, a lot of leafage. I like flowers more than I like leaves. Let's put it that way. So now I'm going to get my blender. Caran d'Ache blender. I need to order some more of these as well. Please remind me to order some more Caran d'Ache blenders, people. Put it in the comments or something so that I don't forget. cursed it. Order some Caran d'Ache blenders. There we go. Right, going back in with the lightest shade now, Warm Grey 272, and we'll do this one here, Light Pressure. So I'm just going to stay on for an hour, a little hour. And then, if you haven't seen already, I did buy the Ken Matsuda book, the one with all the animals in it. If you've not seen that flip through, go and check it out. I did a flip on the channel, but also I put that I needed your help in picking a page for my next colour along. So when I've finished this page, I'll be doing a page in the Ken Matsuda. Yeah, so I just want you to drop a comment in the comment section of that flip through, because there's quite a few comments already. So the next one is called Grey 235. Yeah, a lot of people have very kindly dropped me a comment on that video, so let me know which page they'd like to see me do. Some gorgeous pages in it. Gorgeous. So when I've finished this page, I will be going and going over to that video, checking out the comment section, taking a tally of votes, see which has got the most votes, and then we'll do the next colour along. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use some water medium on it yet. I'm not sure whether I should risk it on the paper or if I should gesso the page. Not quite decided. We'll see. It's time to have a think about it yet. You know what? Even though it's been raining though, it's still roasting. It's like humid. This country is humid when it's hot. It's not nice. It's not nice. I like a cold breeze. To me, comfortable is around 21 degrees, 20 to 24 degrees, somewhere around there is my comfortable zone. Any hotter than that is just, ugh. No, don't like it. So I'm going to go in with the Warm Grey 273 now. Just bring that up slightly. And then go in with the Caran d'Ache blender. I love these blenders. I really do. So good. Now I'm going to go in with this one here. So going in with my lightest shade again, Warm Grey 272. Try and work out which is the leaf and which is not the leaf. This leaf. That's part of it, and that little bit there. There we go. There we go. Just give this a wee sharpen. So this is the darkest one, called Grey 235. I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, not even ColourTube, just like fashion things, and yeah, I saw a few super nice lounge outfits off, is it called Fashion Nova? think it's Fashion Nova. So I ordered myself a couple of loungers, like tracksuit lounging things. So comfy. So comfy. This is one. It's like a, is it velour? Is that what you call it? Velour? It's like a grey one, and then I've got a light blue one. So comfy. Especially with the extra weight I've put on in lockdown. They're super comfy because they're like elasticated around the waist. The tracksuit bottoms. I'm just gonna live in these now. Just gonna live in them. That's why I can't wait for autumn and winter. Just getting your cover up clothes. Nobody likes summer clothes. I don't like summer clothes. There we go. Now I'm going to go in with the middle shade. Warm Grey 273. And now I'm going to get my Caran d'Ache blender. Just blend that. Now I'm going to do one of the other leaves now. Just so you can see what I'm going to do differently on the smaller leaves, the really tiny ones. So waft that away. So I think I'll do this one down here. So I'm only going to use my lightest tone and my middle tone on these ones. I don't want them to be as dark as the bigger ones. So I'm going in with the lightest tone, which is Warm Grey 272. And I'm just going to base them with this light pressure. That's one, isn't it? Leaves don't have to be tricky. You can just do a couple of colours, or sometimes they even just use one pencil. Like how I've put a base down of a light shade there, I would then go in with the same pencil with dark pressure. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do. I'm so easy. I'm such an easy colourist. So next I'm going to use Warm Grey 273. So on these ones, I'm going to spin you around a little bit. On these ones, I'm going to start with a hard pressure at the base and then slowly release into a medium pressure, then a light pressure, so it's lighter on the tips of the leaves on this one. So harsh pressure there, slowly releasing to a medium, and then like that. So it gives quite a nice effect. Go. I think that might be the same leaf up there. Did I base that one? It's looking really pretty. Really pretty. And there we go. See, we've got a slightly different thing going on with that one. So again, I'm going to go in with the lightest shade 272 over here. So I'm going to base all these leaves. I think that's one under there. And the next one is the Warm Grey 273. And I don't bother you to use the Caran d'Ache blender on these ones because I don't feel like it needs it. So that's that one. Go on to this one now. So the lightest shade, Warm Grey 272. Next, Warm Grey 273. I think I'll just give this pencil a little sharpen after this one, just so I can get a finer point on. It's very detailed, trying to get into that small space. So the next one is up here. It's going to base it again with the Warm Grey 272. Then going in with the Warm Grey 273. It's gone quiet outside now. I've still got my window open and I'm on the main road. Normally it's really still quite noisy, even though it's late. But it's just gone dead silent. So nice not to hear any traffic for a change. So relaxing. I'm one of them people what likes to colour in silence. Like, so this is just bliss right now. Absolute bliss. I can't colour and watch anything because I always end up looking up and then I don't look back down at my page, so I end up not colouring and just watching the TV or whatnot. So we'll go in again. Where's our next ones? They're sort of going underneath this leaf here, so there's a few under here and then it goes right up here. Let's make sure we're in frame. So lightest shade again, Warm Grey 272, and let's try and find them all. It's tricky when you've got to try and work out what's what. I think there are different kinds of leaves there. That's one. That's one possibly. Well, it is now. A little bit sticking out there. So you can see with all these grey leaves that I'm doing why I wasn't bothered in part one when I said it doesn't matter if I go over some of the leaves with a pan pastel background, because I'll be going over them all with grey anyway. So next up, Warm Grey 273. I am quiet tonight as well. I'm just enjoying the piece, I think. It's took me so long to get my daughter to go to sleep. Wiped out. I think it's nice just to sit quietly sometimes. it can be therapeutic just watching someone colour. I hope my big hand isn't in the way. Oh, I ordered my daughter's school shoes already. Ready for when she goes back in September. My eldest daughter's so far. And she's a size 6. She's 12, she's a size 6. I've just had to order. I'm only a 7. Well, I say only, that's big, but I'm sure I weren't a size 6 at 12-year-old. She might end up having bigger feet than me. That's unless they stop growing. They might stop growing. Who knows? So I think that's it for the little tiny oh no, there's some up there. Can you see? Just a few there. So I'm going to go in with the warm grey 272. No doubt I'll keep finding little ones that I've missed. It's the thing when different sorts of leaves intertwine on a page. So this is warm grey 273. Okay, I've just spotted some more as well. See if you can spot where I've missed. So there is some peeping out under here. You can see them. So there's one there. One there. There. And I think that might be the edge of one there. So next up is warm grey 273. Just using the same two colours over and over. Really simple. Really simple. There we go. I've spotted one up here and a bit here. So with the lightest shade again, warm grey 272. Base them. That might be one. There we go. Oh, I've missed one down here as well. I'm just going to base that little one there. Oh, there's always one. Warm grey 273. I may as well get that one while it's down here on itself. And pull the book back down. Go for these ones. So I'm using the same three colours on all of these leaves. It's just that I left the darkest shade out on these ones. I didn't use the darkest tone. But I won't be bringing any other colours into this page, just the ones I'm using. So I think that's it on that page for those teeny tiny ones. I think that might be it. Fingers crossed, I think it might be. Who knows? Who knows? I can't quite work out. I might have to lift the page up close to the camera. But I can't quite work out what this is under here. Is that a bit of a flower? Is it a leaf? I think it might be one of those leaves. They're peeking out. I think it might be. But again, I'm not sure. So tricky to work it out. Right, just to show you what I'm going to do with the other leaves now, I'm going to do these ones here. Now these ones I'm going to do even lighter and I'm only going to use one pencil, like I explained before that I sometimes do. So these I want them to be the lightest leaf on the page. So I'm going to be using the Warm Grey 272. And I'm first going to lightly base them on the stalk. Not forgetting that. So I'll just do this cluster of 4 to start with. 5, because that looks like a bit of one. Right, and using this exact same pencil, I'm just going to do the same technique I was doing on the teeny tiny ones. I'm going to use this pencil. So we'll start off with this little one. So we'll start in with a dark pressure at the base, gradually releasing. And that's it. So simple. So simple. Now this one I might get the Caran d'Ache blender on a little bit at the edges, just because it's a bigger area. I want to make sure it's all nice and blended out. There we go, so I'll give it a quick waft and get my Caran d'Ache blender on these edges. Now, how simple was that? That's how easy I like to do leaves. That's how simple I like to keep it. So again, same colour, I'm gonna go over this little stalk right on the edge of the page now, which is the annoying part. It's the really annoying part. So now going in with the darker pressure, so we'll start with this annoying one on the edge, which is going to be a nightmare. When you're using a really hard pressure like that at the base, you might want to, well, there's not really anything here, but you might want to pad this with like a piece of cardstock so you're not putting indentations onto the next page. It's totally up to you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Going in with the blender. And that's pretty much all we're going to do, guys, for a few of these sleeves. So the next section is here. So light layer to start with. We'll go in with that hard pressure. It's enough. It's hard to get over here. Let me try and stretch Armstrong over the top. I think my big hand's still in the way. I don't think there's no winners here. Not winning on that one. There we go. Get the blender out. I need to take it out of the extender and give it a little sharpen. This it's a bit blunt on the edges. And there we go. I'm going to do this one here. This one's a bit in the corner. Let's zoom out a little bit. Right in the spine. Again. Petite. Petite. I don't know how you meant to colour when it's like that. You know what's best for anything that's in the centre like that? When you're using water medium, that's the best. It gets right in when it's water medium. Okay. I'll leave those ones to last that are in the spine. Can you tell I don't want to do them? Right. Let's get in there. Get in. Oh, there's nothing worse. It's my bugbear. Bugbear. I'll have to do. Cannot get in there properly. I'm gonna take this out of the extender wire, sharpen it. Oh my word, what am I doing? Look how tiny that is. Might even get lost in the sharpener. Might get stuck in here. Oh my word, I don't know if I can sharpen it. Oh, only just. Oh, is it gonna come out? It's not gonna sharpen it properly, this. That's the best I can do. I've got a tiny bit of a better point on it, but yeah, order some more, Kirsty, order some more. Tell me to order some more. Right, there we go. It's in. Let's get this blended. There we go. I'm going to stay on this side of the page and I'm going to do some more of them big leaves. So I can see that one's poking out here and I can tell it's one of them big leaves, I think. And we'll just assume that it is. So I'm going to go in with my darkest colour now, which is the Cold Grey 235. I'm going to use it right on this edge. Slowly blend it. Get my medium shade. Warm Grey 273. Just put a tiny amount on there. Then I'm going to use my blender just to blend the last little bit in. It's so tiny, that one. So tiny. So I'll also do the one that I think might be another one in between here. So I'm going in with the lightest shade first, which is Warm Grey 272. Then the darkest shade, Cold Grey 235. We'll have this side as being the darkest. Then going in with the Warm Grey 273. Use a bit more of the lighter shade, Warm Grey 272. To go over that. And then use the blender pencil right on the edge. There we go. So I'll now do this little cluster at the top. So first going to base it with Warm Grey 272. Start this one. This one has got lots of leaves over the top of it. Going in with the darkest shade now, which is the Cold Grey 235. And we'll do the darkest section here. I hope this is showing in a way that colouring doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as easy or as difficult as you want. However you want to colour. Sometimes I go for the easy option, sometimes I go for the more intricate option. It just depends on my mood. But leaves, with leaves I really do not have the patience to sit and do a million different colours. Maybe not a million, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I don't have the patience personally. So now I'm going to go in with the Warm Grey 273. Ooh, fly away, fly. It's a fly attacking me. You know, in this weather as well, when it's humid like this, you get the fruit flies. Don't know if you get them where you are, but they're irritating as anything. So irritating. At the minute we've got, I'd say about 2 what keep flying around my kitchen. The only good thing about them is that they're actually slow, so you can actually whack them with you can actually whack them and get rid of them easily. They're not fast like blue bottle flies. What you can't catch. Right, now I'm going to go in with some other Warm Grey 272 just to buff over this bit. I'm going to use my Cavendish blender. I'm going to blend that bit a little bit actually. That little leaf. Right, going back in with the lightest shade, Warm Grey 272, and we'll tackle this big one up here. Light pressure, just basing the whole leaf. And with the darkest one. So I'm going to go in this corner with the darkest. My chair won't stop squeaking. I've been looking at new chairs. Pink ones. Pink chairs. On the wheels so I can twirl myself around. Let's get that bit there. I think there's only one leaf type now which I've not shown you how to colour, so once I've done this one, if I have enough time, I'll have a little look at how I want to colour that one. I'm going to go in with the middle shade now, which is the Warm Grey 273. Going in with the lightest colour again, Warm Grey 272. Then I'm going to go in with the blender. There we go. So last one here. Lightest colour is the Warm Grey 272. Cold Grey 235. So I'm doing this darkest colour at the bottom because that's where there would be a natural shadow anyway, with it slightly being behind this flower. So I'm now going in with the Warm Grey 273. Going in with the Warm Grey 272. And then the blender. So there we go, that's that one so far. So I'm going to do these leaves now, these long ones. So again, I'm going to base it with the lightest shade, Warm Grey 272. I'll base them all, do this cluster of leaves. I think I've just spotted where I've missed some of the petal on that flower as well there. I think that's this flower, that little petal, so we'll have to go back to that at some point. There's always something what you miss, isn't there? Always, always, always. There's a little leaf here that belongs to that cluster of leaves as well. And I've just missed one of them. Let's just do that for now so we know what's there. So that's based all in that. Then I'm going to do the Warm Grey 273. Let's give it a wee sharpen. But with these ones, I'm going to do right in the centre, I'm going to do it dark and then going into a lighter colour. So I'm going to almost put a guide in. So that's my guide. That's it, really, really simple. I'm just going to do this stalk as well. And this one that I missed. I'm missing all the stalks out. So again, this one here. I'll get the Caran d'Ache blender on them when I've done them all. It's just the way I do it sometimes. So mapping out the centre. Wipe that away. Hope you don't mind the silence. I'm zoned out today. I'm just relaxing after after my eventful day. I'm relaxing as if no one's here. Just chilling. It's ASMR, if nothing else, it's ASMR. As you can hear the pencil. Let's buff that away. 2 more little leaves to go on this bundle. Bundle. That's part of the leaf, isn't it? The upturned bits. There we go. So I'm going to get my blender out now and just make sure it's all nice and blended out. forgetting that one down there. There we go. So before I forget, I'm going to do this little petal here. So I'm going to start with the cream. If you saw part 1, you'll know what colours I used for the flowers. I hope I can remember which one I used, because I used 2 different colours on each one. But we'll go for this one. I think it was this one. Yeah. And just go back over with an ivory. There we go. And that's filled in there. So let's zoom out a little bit so we've got the full image on camera. There we go. So that's our progress so far. So it is going to take me quite a while to finish the page, but I showed you the colours in part 1 for all the florals, and I've gone over what I've done on each individual set of leaves. So I am going to do the rest in my own time, because it is just repetitive of what I've done here, and I will post the finished page over on my Instagram. So please do find my Instagram in the description of this video and head on over and give me a follow, and you'll be able to see it on there. Failing that, you will be able to see it in my completed pages for July at the end of the month, which is only a couple of days away. Is it a couple of days away? Yeah, definitely is. So yeah, please hit the thumbs up, drop me a comment down below and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.